Hey everybody, welcome to Cyber Warehouse, the channel where we discuss all things cybersecurity. So today, as the first video, what is cybersecurity? Well, ultimately, cybersecurity kind of comes down to these three things: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This is kind of what we call the CIA Triad. It's something you're going to hear a lot in cybersecurity, so trust me, you're going to want to know this. All right, so the first topic we're going to talk about is confidentiality. And this is essentially that only users with authorized access to the data or resources should be able to view that data or resource or use it. So for example, this is heavily used in a military environment where you have the confidential, secret, top secret type of look. This is kind of just saying that the only people that should be able to use this piece of information are the people that are actually, cleared to use this piece of information. You don't want just person A coming off the street and accessing this important data. So this could kind of be looked at as something that a business would want to keep kind of away from public view, keeping things behind the screen. The next point on the CIA Triad I would like to cover is integrity, and that's basically just saying that this piece of data or the message you received, it's what it's supposed to be. Kind of like remember the childhood game Telephone? Ben might say something like, "I like blue ducks," and he whispers it, and so on. The next person just whispers it down the line, and it gets to you, and you hear, "Jacob sells monster trucks." That's not the message that Ben sent, is it? So integrity, it's been broken here, right? They don't correlate. It's not the same thing. So with integrity, we have this thing called hashing, and this is basically just you take the data, it just runs it through a like an MD5 checksum, for example, and it will create this just string of what just looks like numbers and letters. It's not going to mean a lot to you, but what it does is it actually verifies to different systems that the message sent is the message received. So the sender will actually, they can run this MD5 checksum, for example, and they'll just get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not going to be that simple, but they're going to send this message along, and when you receive the file, you're going to run that same algorithm on that file. And if you also get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know that what you received is what was sent. If you get 7, 8, 9, 10, for example, something's been changed. So what you received is not what someone sent. So we could verify this way that what I heard in the end about Jacob selling monster trucks, that's not what Ben said from the very beginning. And that's how we know that integrity in this situation has been broken. And this is kind of something that cybersecurity professionals really make sure to follow up on and stay on top of. So the last point on the CIA Triad I would like to cover is availability. This is just saying if I should be able to access something, if I'm authorized to do so, that I can do so. So if I go to cyberwarehouse.com and I find out that I can't reach the forums or the blog postings, then availability has been compromised in this situation because I should be able to and I can't. So it is not available to me. This can be a common problem for especially like e-commerce websites. So something like Amazon, if their storefront webpage, if that just goes down, if you can't get there and they're not making money off you buying things, that's a big problem. So with availability, you'll have problems like a DOS attack, a DDoS attack, resources, they're being hit so hard that they can't even give that information or serve up that data to the actual users that need that. As well as problems like a hardware failure, software failure. If a tornado hits the data center that's serving up that content, you're not going to be able to get anything off there unless they have a pretty good disaster recovery plan in place, where like they may be down for a second and then boom, they have this other side over here serving up that content, So that's something important to consider, but that's a little bit in advance. Maybe we'll cover that in a little bit, but right now we're just kind of going over the basics of what is what. But basically, redundancy is key here, So that goes down, we already have this. This goes down, we've already got this. So we're already prepared to go down. We know that's going to happen. That's just how things go. So you're a brand new cybersecurity specialist, and you want to know which of these 3 points are the biggest points, to look out for. Well, that kind of depends on where you're at, what you're looking for, the things you're trying to do. So let's go back to the Amazon example, right? I would say that availability is the biggest point you want to cover. That I don't know what Amazon makes per minute or hour or whatever, but I would say if their marketplace is down for just a minute, that's a lot of money that they're losing, right? But if you're in like a military environment, for example, you don't want different nation states to get this data that you're keeping. So confidentiality might be the biggest portion that you're looking to keep covered there. So it kind of depends where you're at and what you're doing for which one of these 3 points makes sense to protect the most. However, there's really no cybersecurity position where you can just neglect one, because all three of them together kind of form the basis of what is cybersecurity. Or password stealing, you can actually oh hey, you